Last thing that we want to do is have confrontation with anyone. Like, do you see how hard that we avoid a fight with someone who physically wants to fight us, is threatening to beat our ass, and how hard we try to avoid that? Because it is the last thing we want. All we want to do is do our shift and go home. That is it. We do not want to have confrontation with anyone. It is the last thing that we want. Do you know the people who are out here right now? Do you know what these detectives do for a living?
He's the SVU. We talked to him last night.
Special victims detectives. So they have dedicated their lives to helping rape victims and victims of domestic violence, and that's all they want to do.
Well, I mean, my people have been oppressed for 401 years, so all we want to do is just be able to do regular shit and live.
And I'm not denying that.
I understand the same perspective. Like, we just want to be able to live and do the regular shit that we do, but we get killed for just doing something like sitting in the park, we get killed for. You know what I'm saying? So that's what we're standing up for. But I understand the perspective of we're all trying to make it home, but we're just trying to live our lives doing regular shit.
Sure.
So I hear your perspective, and I feel good energy here. But do you realize that everybody that wears the uniform is not like that?
Oh, who was I talking to before? We're never, like, Shannon's perspective, only my name is Shannon. I'm never going to say that every single police officer should be a police officer. But the way I see it is, like, there's 1,200 of us. Like, some bad eggs are going to slip through. Like, there's bad doctors and there's bad teachers. There's bad lawyers.
Absolutely.
Like, I don't think any cop is going to come say every single one of us is good at our job and should be a cop. We're never going to say that. I'm never going to say
some
that.
of them do. Yeah, some of them do. And some of them will say, even if they've done bad, like police are just to be protected, even in the wrong. Well, so I hear you, and I do believe that you are. I mean, because like you're shaking your head like you. I feel that you have energy and capacity.
You feel good energy.
Yeah, I do, but everybody's not like that.
Yeah.
And there are some officers that you talk to, and they feel like you shouldn't even be talking to them. Like, we don't have a right to ask questions. We don't have a right to stand our ground. You know, we pay taxes and should be able to just walk.
Yeah.
You'd be amazed at how many people have said, and I've heard some officers say it, well, you should just be in the house. Are we free or are we not?
Right.
You know, so, yes, thank you all, but all of you are not. And what I would love, and I'm not saying that you don't do it, is if you all start standing up to your own people, because they also are making your jobs hard.
Right.
They're making our lives hard, but they also are making it very hard for you all that are
The good
doing
ones.
their job.
Y'all stop standing up to the chief and the mayor,
But people are still
all that.
and I'm gonna still love them, and I respect them as educators. But if you are calling me, I'm gonna call you out on that because you ultimately are gonna make my job harder, and you're gonna make people look at me like I'm crazy and I'm African and dedicated, you know, to what I'm doing. So just FYI, you can do what you want with it, but it would be wonderful if you either continue or start to hold your people accountable.
Yeah.
And I want to say to each and one of you all out here, thank you for the conversation. I can't shake hands. I'm sorry. Yeah, we could bump some elbows.
Yeah, I'm gonna throw you one.
Conversation is healthy, okay?
No, I'll talk to anybody as long as they're not trying to fight me.
Yeah, I understand.
I'll have a conversation with everybody. But there's
Yeah.
people came up to us tonight who we're just not going to be happy until we talk to them, and I just don't want to do that. I don't. I'll talk to you all night long. There's a saying I want to tell you in the police industry saying, for every one bad thing that we do, we have to do 10 good deeds to get over it. So I know that you think most of us will cover that for every cop, but people I work
Actually, I don't. Actually, I don't. And I don't even think.
People I work
Actually, I don't. Actually, I don't.
Thank you all for the conversation. It's healthy, trust me. That's the road to repairing. It's gonna take a long time now. Y'all understand that, right? The distrust that the black community we have for police officers, it's gonna take a long time to repair it. But this is how you start. And just spread it to your other brothers and sisters. This is how it starts. Well, I can only speak for my people. I'm not gonna speak for them. It's not my place. It's not my. It's not. It's I gotta speak for my people. And I'm saying this is healthy.
Most of
It's not.
would think if you are bad, you make all of us look bad. If 1,000 of us are doing the right thing, but one person's doing the wrong thing, you make us all look bad, and we resent it.
And you know that's with any profession. So the thing that makes you all different is the amount of power that you have. So it happens in every organization that there's a bad person, there's a racist person, there's people that don't care in every profession. But you all, your profession comes with power, which changes the game.
Yeah.
So it's not that people are just picking on you, but that the power is what makes the difference.
No, I think you're right. There's no disagreeing with that.
Well, I love y'all, and my bladder is like it's good night.
Yeah. I understand. Thank you all for the conversation. Thank you all. Thank you all. Be safe. Thank you. Thank you.
I'm sure this has already been covered, but what is the plan tonight?
Like I told you earlier, I love
So this was
y'all.
what is the plan?
I don't know. I'll be honest with you. My job is to keep the person coming down here for when everybody starts leaving, so they don't leave.
I see.
That's our job. I'll be honest with you. I'm a detective.
You mean like if
I'm
someone's shooting
low
us?
on the totem pole.
No.
They don't give
I don't
me
think any of these victims
They
were
don't
shooting at
give
y'all.
me
I'm talking about the
this
victims
is
that were
gonna
shot.
happen, this is gonna
I'm
happen.
saying like why won't you guys use
They don't-
pepper balls?
Like I need.
There, the order was that people need to leave out of it's closed at 11 or they will be arrested. And obviously it's way far after 11, so is it
So
Hi,
they're
it's
giving
nice to
people
meet
a
you.
chance.
chance? What is the time frame of that
Real
chance?
peaceful that
Yeah.
night. I was riddled with pepper balls, rubber bullets.
I wish I could, but I
Then
can't
it
tell you.
turned fatal.
It can happen in a minute, it
Right
can
there.
happen in an hour.
Gotcha.
There's video
You know what I'm
footage.
saying? My
There's multiple
suggestion
people saying the
is
same
as
thing.
many people that you know
I
in
seen it
there,
with my own two
I
eyes.
would
An officer fired
get
those
there and
shots.
ask them to let's start going
It's not
somewhere
right
else.
that the media done covered it up
That
saying
part-
there's no video, there's no nothing.
We've set
From
a time
what
limit
night are
11
you
o'clock
talking
and we
about?
went past
From
it.
last night?
So
From the first night of the
Yeah,
protest?
when the 7 people got shot.
first night when somebody sent a tent up in there,
I'm trying to think what
they didn't let that happen.
That was day
Because
2.
There's not supposed to be things in the park. Very first shoot. They let it happen. It would continue to happen.
I can tell you this.
Yeah.
There is
Somebody
cameras
would've got
on
killed.
every single street corner down here.
It's so wonderful that
Somebody
you are
would've
willing
got
to
killed in the
acknowledge
park
that
last
because
night.
we just seen the
Those
footage
kids
on
were-
WDRB.
Yeah.
Why hasn't no shooter been caught yet? That's my
The
only
reason they are
question.
shut
I don't know what you're talking. I
because
want
we
to
are trying
comment
to-
on it, but I don't know.
to
I'm not sure what you're
believe
talking
this
He's
or
aware
not.
of the night I'm talking about.
Okay, we are trying to keep
He
people
just
safe.
confirmed that there's CCTV up
Okay.
there.
Oh, there's cameras.
Because
Not
as long as
CCTV.
people-
It's
as long as
Closed
stay out
circuit
here,
television?
stay out here,
yeah. I
the
don't
more
think.
heated it
Louisville
gets,
Metro Department
the
of
more-
Corrections controls all that. They watch all this down here.
Yeah.
And if
You
not
know
them,
that.
Metro Safe does.
So,
Yeah.
So we
the more
know
heated
it's
it
on
gets,
video.
it comes
Oh,
out.
every corner down here is
The
on
more
video.
it comes out, the
Square
more
where them 7 people were shot at.
There's probably more people carrying guns in there than there is.
I
concerned.
don't.
You know that?
No disrespect, man. What I'm asking
And the thing is, I
who
was curious
leading
about
that
something too.
investigation? Is it
An
LMPD,
interesting point was
or is it
mentioned about
an outside
holding
agency?
each other accountable in the
Because no
police force.
disrespect to any of you guys out here
have you
that are
seen
showing
moments where
transparency right now,
you've seen?
but
Have you seen a moment where a police
Ellen-
officer was acting out of
Louisville
character,
Metro Police
acting,
Department
doing just far too much
credibility
and spoken
shit
up,
with us right
holding
now.
them
understand
accountable, and say, hey,
So I don't trust
you
that-
can stop that.
The officers who are appointed, IA, whatever you want to call them, are going to sit back and review those cameras the way they should.
I
I'm
know
telling
people
you,
probably want.
one of
We are.
your guys in blue got separated from his squad and fired those
And I
shots.
lived in that.
And several of
So,
us have seen it, and several people
I
have
was 36
been
years
shot and
old.
they've come forward.
in this police department. I
Okay?
had life experience.
I have no reason to lie. I sat back and stood on the
I'm
other, I
not
stood against
going
my
to
own
put
people.
anything in jeopardy.
I'm a convicted felon. I
My
don't like
family,
cops.
because
But I protected one of yours. Because it's about change, it's about humanity, right? He's a human being when he goes home and he takes off that shield, right?
Career and
That's what I
life
seen.
And jeopardy of going to jail.
So
or
we have
whatever.
moved them to the sidewalk. They're
Whatever.
coming out of the park. The sidewalk is a public
doing
place.
something stupid.
You cannot take them off
Either
the sidewalk.
what you said by
So
saying
that's
something-
what they're going
I
to
say
do. They're
something,
going to occupy the sidewalk.
So you do hold
They don't
others
come out
accountable
of the
within the
park.
police
Probably
force. So
more
you see something
stragglers,
going wrong, you
but
say,
we shouldn't
hey,
see anybody in
yeah,
riot
Detective
gear.
such and
For them
such.
standing
Or
on the
I'm gonna be
sidewalk.
held
They're following
Yeah.
the ordinance.
and I'm not putting my life in
That's just
jeopardy.
what they're going to do
over
tonight.
something.
Yeah,
They're
and
going
I-
to start
don't mean my
trying to
life.
move some
I
of the
mean
cars
my
because they
life
know they're
be
supposed to be
good.
gone.
I raise a family.
We're going to do
because
with
of this.
that.
And that's one of the biggest things for me is just like continue to like hold accountable, continue to speak up, continue to.
Can I put that back on you all? Because
I mean, it's just me. When you say you all,
well, I
obviously
mean
it's
the
just me.
community itself. I don't mean you. The community itself. And
I do have to tell you guys, I think these cops in the bottom left from Louisville, Kentucky are crazy to be engaging these BLM guys on live stream like this. If they say one wrong word, they're going to be national news. This is absolutely pathetic. Really bad policing.
we are on the lower half of the totem pole.
I understand what y'all have to do.
I'm 16 years under the
What I'm
top.
asking y'all to do is do the right thing.
Not victims.
I'm telling you.
Probably a lot of those people in that.
I seen the shooting.
Do I want to see those people hurt
I
or
believe
locked
you.
up?
I
People
just
have-
haven't seen it, and I don't want to comment on something I don't know.
Yeah,
I totally
no
respect
matter where
that.
you're on the hierarchical tree, the totem pole, you're on the inside.
Look into it.
So
And I understand
I definitely don't know levels of the police force.
believe it or not,
Y'all stay safe.
It was nice to meet you.
Excuse me.
I will tell you. Thank you.
At Natural Waste.
Put it in the trash
So who
compactor.
was here that like let the act?
Yeah, that's what I want to know. Y'all keep saying y'all don't
Wait, hold on.
Y'all don't got that power. Who does? Who got that power?
It's not like a whole rile up situation. I'm just asking a legitimate question.
Who didn't let people come back and get their stuff?
So are you public?
Hold on 1 second. Who didn't let people come back and get their stuff?
It was not our, I promise
So
you.
who was it?
I don't know.
So who made
They put their stuff in the trash compactor. Everything, all our stuff is in the compactor.
crime scene that we couldn't, that people
Listen,
couldn't
no,
go get.
nobody that's here right now had anything to do with that. Those decisions are made even above the police department at the mayor's office. So if anyone has any complaints about the manner in which the park was cleared last night, you have to complain to the mayor's office.
Whenever the order
So our
came,
chief
do
answers
whatever.
to the mayor.
That comes strictly
And they
from the
have
mayor's
meetings
office.
every night, and the mayor makes decisions on what we do. Okay? So if anyone has any complaints about the manner in which things happened last night, nobody that's standing in front of you made those decisions.
I'm just saying y'all were out here, and I feel like
Few of them been out here with us 30 days. Few of them, I get if it's not our decision. We just trying to figure out who the decision it was. So clearly stated,
The mayor's office.
the mayor's office says trash it, says lock them up. That's where it comes from.
is that the SWAT team
Decisions
that's
on
going
when
to
and how to clear the park are made at the mayor's office.
What about this active shooter situation last night?
I don't even know.
Y'all didn't have snipers on the roof?
Like, y'all got snipers
I
on
wasn't
right now.
even here
Y'all
last
didn't
night.
see that?
What?
Everything that happened last night is on video. That's all I know.
I have to tell you guys, it's really interesting. If you type in White Lives Matter Digest, I have the option of showing that or hiding it. Type Black Lives Matter, it just goes straight up. Guess who supports Black Lives Matter? CEO of YouTube.
The purpose of the snipers is to protect everybody. If you look at our policy and our structure, civilians are predators over our own lives.
I understand. I'm just saying there was a breakdown last night because I saw snipers on the roof all day yesterday, and that guy was right there on the corner. There was a clean shot. Do you see what I'm saying? So I don't understand. I know you weren't. I'm just trying to understand if you all know what the purpose is.
But can you hold on a
I
second?
don't. And I'm gonna be totally honest with you. Like, our mental health is very like
Ours too.
And I 100% believe you. I'm not trying to diminish your like what you're going through. But our mental health is so bad from all this that when I'm off, I don't even look at anything on the news or on Twitter or nothing. So I haven't even seen anything from yesterday because I'm trying to be a good mother and a good wife. And so I have to check out from that when I'm not here.
I understand, and listen, on a human level, I think we can all empathize with mental health. The issue that I have, because I've spoken to Jessie Holiday about this, the issue that I have when she tried to get me to empathize with you all, which I can at a human level, but there is a power structure that exists with you all. You all are out here in full-on
Which is
vests.
zip ties. Because
You
zip
have all
ties,
these
zip
guns.
ties lock people up.
We're just here flesh and blood. We don't have that. You see what I'm saying? So there's a certain power structure that exists with you all that we don't have.
And
So
also-
the fear that we experience is completely different. The feelings that we have, they're different. Everybody's feelings are valid, but the way that we feel is so different. So I'm not diminishing that.
Right.
We understand, but just please recognize that power structure that we don't have.
And I also have
No, I understand what you're saying.
and corner them right here. Who says we gonna disperse separate bullets to move cars out here? Who gives that call? Where's that call come from?
I don't
Does
know.
that come from Schroeder or does it come from the mayor's office?
I don't know. Like I said, I'd have to have a specific example of what you're talking about.
So when you all cleared the park, chemical agents, what does
That
that call come from?
Schroeder.
Each situation is different. I
So
can't-
Schroeder doesn't make the call, period? He doesn't make the call to deploy chemical agents, period?
Each situation is different. The highest ranking person on scene would make that.
So who's the highest ranking person?
Well,
Is
it's
it not?
different every night.
So it's not the police chief.
Sometimes it is. Sometimes it's a major or a colonel. It's different every night.
There's a division, has a major or colonel in that division sent out, and that person would make that call.
And then, and this has gone on so long that the command staff is rotating.
Yeah, and back on the subject of the snipers on the roof, that being the SWAT team, I'm also curious as to why they didn't take out the shooter on site within the long amount of time that he was able to get off after counting 14 rounds.
Remember to subscribe to the Loving Life channel to be kept in.
Is everybody out here associated with the Fraternal Order Police? All of y'all associated with the FOP? Not right now. Like, wait till we get out. Is that what you signed on with? When you sign up to be a police, or do you sign up? Do you sign up to be a part of FOP, or do you just get into it when you become a police officer?
I think she's asking, is there an opt-in? Do you have is it optional or is it just automatic?
It is optional. So all of y'all protected.
It's mandatory, is what you're saying.
So,
it's mandatory.
Okay. Can I ask you this question, like, just from like a humanistic standpoint, like, is there any, at some point, do you not feel like this is going too far, and I need to stop down, or I need to stop going too far? Any point where you say, because I know,
I don't have a thought that. I don't have a goal. I think all of us really just like we all want everybody to get along. Just like you all. I mean, we're all here. We're all peaceful with each other. We can all sit here and have a conversation. You know, yes, you all, we don't need all this. We can sit here.
With you all, we're the same people.
You all, you want to make love.
Of course they
We're all in the same school. We're all in the same. But we're not. So when it comes out here, those people that want to kill us, of course they do.
So why did you sign? So why did you opt in to sign up for the FOP?
For me, everybody. I don't know the one.
That's what we just asked. You don't have an option.
It sounds mandatory. It sounds like it's
Is it an
mandatory.
option, sir?
it's not
It's not an option.
you don't have a opt-out, so there's no opt-out clause.
It comes with it. Oh, you can get out.
We have an FOP contract. We can look at it.
Black Lives Matter.
So can I just...
Shit, I didn't even realize that I did.
Do you understand why we're saying Black Lives Matter?
Yeah, that's a good being oppressed.
Can you explain to me why we're saying Black Lives Matter?
I think y'all are pushing her somewhere where she doesn't want to go.
Well, actually, it's like this.
They've been answering questions.
I get that, but my question is, do you understand why we're saying Black Lives Matter? Why are we saying Black Lives Matter? No response.
Why can't you answer that question? Like, you don't have to say Black Lives Matter. Why can't you answer the question of why we're here?
So I know
She has 50 cameras in her face and she's scared to death that if she says one wrong thing, she's going to lose her job.
we understand that.
Hey,
Like,
that's
we
okay.
understand
We
that.
said one.
Now, did you hear that voice of reason there? She says one wrong thing, she's going to lose her job. Why the heck is she engaging in these?
Breathe in. That's the answer.
They say that when it
We said one wrong day, we lose our life. We sleep in our house, we lose our life. We jogging, we getting Skittles and tea, we lose our life. I mean, I understand.
Right, Skittles and
Right?
tea.
When you born black, you can lose your life. It's being born. Feel what I'm saying?
Your feelings are valid. I hear what you're saying.
No, but it's true facts. Look what's going on now in society.
Do you mind answering the question, why are we saying Black Lives Matter?
Because you feel that the police department is not treating black people equally.
It's not just.
It's not even. It's the whole system.
That's right.
It's the whole
Has to
system.
be a police officer. That would be my response.
That's a textual definition. It's all systemic. Police are at the end of the lives.
Can I just say something to you, ma'am?
She said all lives matter. Black lives matter. Yeah, all lives matter. And she went to Eagle Cave. I just said.
I couldn't. My stomach. It doesn't sit right with me. I don't understand.
Why do they put these young white women on the front line of this? This makes no sense at all. It really is just ridiculous.
Take this block. Take this block from Jefferson and 5th to Liberty and 5th. Picture if there was a residential and there was many houses, right? And so it's 10 houses, and you say, you stand and you built those houses, and you have your hands on your waist, and you say, oh my gosh, all these houses matter. I like these houses. I built these houses. And so one day, I don't know, an arsonist comes by and he decides to light 3 of the 10 houses on fire, right? And so 3 of those houses are burning down. They're burning down, and you walk over there and you say, oh my gosh, I need to put those 3 houses out. All those houses are not on fire, but 3 of them are on fire, right? And so do you see how it would be silly if you're standing there trying to put one of those three of those fires out, and someone walks over and says, "All houses matter. Why are you just focused on those 3 houses?" And those 3 houses are on fire, and that person's like, "But all houses matter. Get away from those 3 houses and stop saying that." It's that type of scenario, right? Yeah. I think that. Yeah. So you understand? Yeah. That'll do it.
I appreciate you.
That'll do it.
They got a family to get back home to. That's all this
Step back that way, people start stepping up.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Hey, but even then, whoever caught that.
I think the 2 young white women who were engaged in this group have just getting a lecture about staying away from making comments.
Last night when that shooting wasn't going on.
Yeah.
Did they fire any rounds at the suspect?
I couldn't claim that. I got to tell you, I did not. I looked up once and see if they were going to do anything. They did not do anything. But at that time, shots were coming from behind me and whatnot. And so, I'm sorry. Let me rephrase that. It sounded like shots were coming from behind me. I didn't look behind me and see the shooters. That I also did not look on the roof and see if those snipers shot. But I later learned that they did not.
Thank you.
But
that's my answer. I want to know.
But again, I have to say that I didn't see them shoot.
You didn't see them shoot.
I did not see them.
But you surely about your answer that you're telling me that they did not shoot the suspect, not even trying to even stop him from even continuing shooting people into the crowd.
That is correct. I saw many people, in Jefferson Square Park shooting at the shooter.
Right, and the cops weren't even trying to stop him.
That is correct. I saw cops coming out of Liberty, toward Liberty and 6th, but I did not see the snipers on the roofs shooting.
They should have freaking shot him. That's good. So whoever those cops are on the roof should be fired. Because they supposed to protect the crowd.
I understand that, but at the same time, you depend on that one person out of everyone.
You understand what it means? Because it is relevant when you try to tell black people to stop speaking. You can't do that.
And then y'all still,
I wish I knew Roman. That's the scenario that I've learned that puts a stronger sense of understanding in a police officer's mind or a person's mind that screams or says to me, "All lives matter." I bring up that house scenario, and then it just clicks. Something clicks and says, "Oh, okay, I get that." Just as you saw with that police officer, I wish it didn't have to come down to relating black people to houses and or lives to houses and whatnot. And but that just seems to be what snaps in their head quickest. Actually, a cop approached me and asked me to educate him on why it is that we're saying Black Lives Matter. And seems Kayla is asking the same question. Kayla, I'm going to say the same thing to you as I did to the police officer. So, Kayla, picture a block of houses. Let's say it's a residential area.
All lives matter.
Say it's 10 houses. And let's say you built those houses. I don't know. Actually, that's irrelevant. You building the houses, but anyway, the houses. And so 10 houses, and then all of a sudden you walk in that block and you say, and then you notice that 3 of those houses are on fire, and you start to say, oh God, I got to put those houses out, and because all these houses matter, but now 3 of them are on fire, so you want to put the 3 houses out, and so you're trying your hardest. You have buckets of water. You're trying to put those 3 houses out, and someone runs behind you and says, "Oh my gosh, why are you focusing on the 3 houses? All houses matter. All houses matter. Why are you just focusing on the 3 houses?" And then you're just looking back and saying, you're wondering why this person is saying all houses matter, when obviously you're trying to help these 3 that are on fire. it's sort of that same scenario that I've been explaining to other people that seems to snap it in their heads and say, oh, okay, I get it.
Tommy, all lives matter. All lives matter.
It is wild. I've just got an alert that the police are coming now. From what direction, I'm not sure, but I've been told that they are coming. Let's see what we can. All right, I need to. Leslie, I'll try my hardest.
Okay, at Gifted and Black, please tell us, what is it that blacks go through that whites don't go through?
Yeah, ready? So good for safe. Yeah. Okay. Huh? 12:10.
Yeah, I mean, around the corner, there's a whole squad of riot. Yep.
Like it's all happening at Louisville, Kentucky tonight, guys. At Lovecraft.
Okay. So police officer saying can't be in the park, can't be on the sidewalk, can't be in the streets. Yep. So I'm gonna show you right down here, over here on the left. Body armor. So they have shown up. Police attempting to be diplomatic. Have sent a couple officers here. To try to negotiate. Everybody standing down. Once again, it was reiterated. The sidewalk can be stayed on. Traffic cannot be blocked. Cannot be in the street.
Just at Gifted and Black, I have to respond to this. She says, have you lived in rich neighborhoods and had to fear for your life? Have you ever had to prove you live in a rich area? And have you ever to put your key in the lock to prove you live there? Believe me, someone who grew up in South Africa, that was just nothing compared to the crap that white South Africans are going through right now. No white lives matter happening, is there?
Major, anyway, we'll call him Major Bates. Major Bates said that,
yeah.
Major Bates said any property left in the park is considered abandoned, and they will take it. Okay, police confirmation. What they did last night was wrong. When they talked about the equipment, talking about the gear from last night. What they did last night was wrong. Yep, words saying calm down, don't walk up and be aggressive.
I want the people. I love you, my brother. I want the people. All right, guys. So what they're saying is we can't be in the park, but we can be on the sidewalk.
For the record, it looks like in Seattle, the
can be in the sidewalk.
protesters have actually taken over the police station that's in their district. This looks very much like the inside of that police station.
They're saying
this woman on
that
a
I can stand
megaphone.
right here. I can stand right here in this corner and let my voice be heard. But if I take 4 steps this way into the park, I'm gonna get arrested. What a silly way to try to control people. I mean, don't get me wrong. At least they're letting us stay on a sidewalk. But come the fuck on. So in all the other police raids, including when they thought there was a bomb threat and they raided the park twice, arrested 50 some odd people, and then after.
Don't worry, I'm not going to reveal the source. It's all very, very hushed up.
They did not touch either memorial. They left the memorials untouched. I'm really hoping that that does not happen tonight. Day 32, every day you're down here. Blue Lives Matter. You mean Smurfs, right? Smurfs Matter. Yep. So the police have came. They delivered the message. They've told us. Police have told us that we can stay on the sidewalk, but we can't stay in the park. I find it very interesting that someone sitting behind their keyboard has said out loud that I don't know what it means to protest, after being down here many, many days, and that the others down here don't know what we're talking about because we've been out here many, many days. The park has been occupied. Jason Downey.
I think.
Let's do how do you spell racist?
It's on you. It's on you.
I think we friends. I'll be following.
Okay.
I'm the one that be carrying around the cross.
Yeah.
We friends. I think we friends.
Okay. Yeah, Jason Downey, D-O-W-N-E-Y is my last name.
What's your profile picture?
It's like me in front of a camera, like in the middle of the park, talking.
Tell me your name for me.
Yeah.
They're going back, bro.
Oh, here we go. I got you. Yep. There you go. I just sent me a friend request for you. There you go. Got it. All right.
You can get paid for taking surveys online. It works like this. 1. Sign up to Survey Compare. 2.
really, guys, the bottom line is that this will not be happening at night. This is absolutely crazy. I mean, this is breakdown in society and anarchy. I am amazed that you've got mayors and governors in democratic states like California and Oregon and Washington who are saying, no, this is cool, we're going to be fine. Well, I think this is going to backfire very, very badly on them.
Sitting on the back of a truck as they continue to walk back away from the park here. Yep, so once again, we are not allowed in the park after 11, but we are allowed on all these sidewalks. So, you know what? I think it's kind of shady they're just giving us little scraps, but I'm thankful that we have those scraps. And hopefully we can stay on this sidewalk and we can stay peaceful. Do these people not have jobs in the morning? Oh my God, people have jobs. You work, it's 24 hours in a day. You work 8 hours in a shift. People can do what they want in their community. I can't believe I got to go over this again. I'm just going to start booting people that ask about, do people have jobs? Like, yes, I have a job. Other people have a job. Many people have a job.
Remember to subscribe to the Loving Life channel if you haven't already done so. And by the way, Lovecraft, I think you're talking about NY Mum. She doesn't live in Johannesburg. She lives in...
as a grown-ass man. I'm genuinely curious if the no job crowd, when the armed militia went to the Capitol, I think it was on like a Tuesday, not too long ago, when the armed militia went to the Capitol to protest wearing face masks. If they asked all those people if they had jobs, I'm gonna say the answer is probably no. Yep, so sort of the, everyone's kind of spreading out a little bit. There's calls from protest leaders saying that spreading out is not a good idea. One thing that did happen, several nights ago, when there was the report of a bomb that was not found. So right now this is 6th and Jefferson. And then on 2nd and Liberty, which is 4 blocks down, 1 block over, the police did what's called kettling, where they pushed protesters down 4 blocks into a line of police that were staying in there waiting. They blocked them in on that block, and they arrested, probably 35 people in that one fell swoop, and over 50 people that night. So the idea of, that we might get trapped in, or it might be another mass arrest. Might be mass arrest. Maxwell Mitchell out here living the dream. They saying your phone is dying, man. You all right?
Yeah, people are trying to find you. I told them that you arrived out here, and someone said Jason's not live, so I just wanted to show that you are.
Yeah, I am indeed live. Yep, and I do have a...
Elizabeth has asked, where has this been filmed? Well, the big video here is Louisville, Kentucky. The one at the top right is CHOP, Seattle. The middle right is Louisville, Kentucky, and these two here on the right hand side, at the middle at the bottom, are Louisville, Kentucky. One at the bottom left is Seattle, Washington. That helps.
Yeah, so we got kind of caught up there, right? But we talk about the kettling. I think they call it kettling, where it's a police tactic where they peacefully push protesters, you know, into. I appreciate you. Where they peacefully, it's called kettling, where they push people into a block where they can't escape. They surround the people and then they sort of arrest them en masse. What ended up happening that night was the police asked people to move out of the park. They pushed them out of the park and then pushed them approximately 5 blocks down to Second Liberty, surrounded them and arrested. You know, there was 30 plus people at that one stop, with a total of 51, I think it was, for the night. So, you know, there's been a lot of potential conflict down here. You know, during the day, it's always pretty peaceful. At night, it's most of the time pretty peaceful. You know, typically people respond negatively when the police show up. Luckily tonight, you know, the police sent over their little squad of, to parley here. A couple of the higher ranking officers. They're able to talk to some of the protest mouthpieces here. They communicated that we could stand on the sidewalk just as long as we were not in the park. So that's what people are doing. You know, they are occupying the sidewalk and not the park. Now the police have turned the other way and appear to be leaving us be. Yeah, so all the supplies of water here.
Those
The medical tent.
from George Soros and Open Society Foundation.
I'm sorry, well, it was a medical tent, now it's a medical bench. You know, all this has been moved right here to the sidewalk so that the police can't clear it out. Here's Breonna's memorial. It was expected to rain, so the centerpiece is still covered with a heavy tarp. Candles are still lit. You know, people come down and they contribute to this every day. Yeah, so this for those of you that aren't from Louisville or don't come downtown very often, this is Jefferson Square Park. And when we talk about where it is geographically in the city, so directly in front of me here is our courthouse. This is our courthouse. Over here to the left is what they call Metro Corrections. This is our jail. 1 block down the road is the headquarters for Louisville Metro Police Department. Over here at this block, this is another judicial building, and then on the other side of this judicial building is where the sheriff's office is. So this is not some out of the way park where they don't know that we're here, that it's not some place that can be monitored or whatever the fuck, right? This is smack dab in the middle of downtown Louisville, between our justice buildings, our jail, and our police headquarters. And this is downtown Louisville, Kentucky, for those that are out of town. The park has been occupied, 31 days of protests. I feel like it's been occupied 24/7, maybe about 10 days into that. And that leads us to where we are now, where the sidewalk is not part of the park, and we're allowed to stand in the sidewalk.
If they want to be real petty.
It's a walkway.
And so, yeah. Let's do my.
So every day we gonna come put this energy on them. Every day. Every day. Every day. Every day. Every day. Every day.
Okay, guys, we've moved to Seattle, Washington.
Put it together, never report. I'm not better than y'all. Just gonna stand there with this fucking thing. Fuck this. I don't even want to be up there with this fucking thing. Let's be real. But it is what it is. Every day we have to come do this shit together. It's not about me. I don't give a shit about me. It's never been about me. I wear inside so everybody knows why I'm here. It's never been about me. It's about where I live. The communities I live in. Everybody want to talk about changing communities. Cool. Let's change the black communities because communities ain't getting killed.
Can you still see?
Oh, yeah. Oh, okay. So,
Okay, cool. Yeah.
when everybody wants to talk about communities, you make sure you be specific and talk about black communities. getting killed? The fuck? They're not the ones living in poverty. Black people live 30.6% below the poverty rate.
Fuck that.
That's terrible, right?
It's terrible.
That's terrible. And that's in Seattle. And black people only make up 6.9% of the population in Seattle. Seattle alone has 787,000 people. And only 6.9% of that is black. So why the fuck is the poverty rate 30.6? You see that? The numbers don't add up. That's the problem. And that's what we're here to fucking fix. So every day we're gonna come out here and fix that shit. All day! Every day! All day! Every day! All day! Every day! All day! Every day! That's all I got.
My turn?
Yeah.
Speak!
No, I just wanted to point out that I love the way this DJ speaks. It's over every time. I don't want to get that ADD.
It's not about me, it's about us.
I love the way you speak though, baby. I love the way you speak. However, you know, we need to really think about who else is being oppressed. It ain't just black people, y'all. Trans and gay life has been having a lot of hills. We out here for them all day, every day. Too. I just really want people to understand.
Oh my God, here come the weirdos. Look at this guy.
Because I swear to God, if you look close, it's happening. Every girl here, you're not 60 cents. You're a fucking dollar, okay? Yeah, and by the way, the law used to say that if I married you, I could rape you. So the law's fucked up. The laws are fucked up. Go to Alaska, and they have the highest rate of rape in anywhere else in the country because it's such a local place that a woman can't even go out to say what happened to her because people aren't willing to listen to their women. So I don't know if you guys know anything about Africa, but the way we lost it is because we stopped listening to our black women. So if you know black men in your life, tell them to fucking check themselves and start listening to the women in their life.
It's just a comment to Gifted and Black. Let me tell you that in South Africa, there are dozens of white farmers who have been brutally attacked by gangs of black Africans, invading their homes, raping their wives, torturing their children. You have no idea what goes on back in South Africa. But the mainstream media, America, is fake news. And claiming black on white violence is not part of their narrative. Believe me, you have no idea what's going on in Africa. I suggest you just look at Farm Murders South Africa. Google it. And go and have a look at YouTube. Have a look at the images. That'll give you an education about what's happening in Africa.
Alright guys, I want to say this. Even though we're out here marching, we can't be in cities like Louisiana, Colorado, Georgia. So I want to remind you, go to those orgs, sign those petitions for Breonna Taylor, Elijah, even...
At Elizabeth, yes, this is certainly America we're looking at. But guess what? This is happening around the world. This is part of George Soros' thing, so it's not just one continent. We're talking about the world. And my main focus is on Africa and the terrible things that are happening to the minority groups in that country.
You guys heard about those? If you fucking own a gun, what the fuck?
Oh, you got a GoPro on top of your record? I'm so jealous of you. I'm so
so
jealous.
I can capture 4K of the piggies if they drop the hammer.
God, you're brilliant. You're a brilliant man. I gotta step my game up.
You see how everybody
And let me borrow it, and then this piece to attach it costs $9.
Let me show the crowd your phone here. Look at it. Look at this Riot Heart Media setup. So he's got his phone here live streaming, and he has a GoPro on top recording 4K in case we gotta have some evidence and shit. My man Riot Heart out here doing the thing.
Trying to protect the people best I can.
Yes, sir.
And when it comes down to it, you stand on the level that I'm standing on, I'm gonna beat your fucking teeth in. That's how I feel. And that's for everybody out there. Everybody down here, let's fucking unity. Everybody go over here, please. Everybody. We police ourselves. We're our own government, we're our own nation. We're a whole movement, we are not a moment. Don't remember that shit. We ain't going nowhere, motherfucker. Do you hear me? If we gotta occupy this whole city, we will. Nigga, whose street? Our street! Whose street? Our street! Whose street? Our street! Whose street?
Our streets.
Whose street? Our street! Whose street? Our street! Whose street? Our street! Show me what democracy looks like! This is what democracy looks like! Show me what democracy looks like! This is what democracy looks like! Show me what democracy looks like! This is what democracy looks like! Show me what democracy looks like!
Okay, I just want to address everybody watching this video. Gifted and Black says, but it has nothing to do in South Africa with what we are doing here in America. Believe me, the lockdown is global and it is part of a plan. This is not just happening in America. This is happening around the world. This thing where if you're white, every single white person is a racist. But if you're black, you can say whatever you like and you can never be a racist. That is racism incarnate. I mean, it is a classic example of racism.
Yeah, so there's a couple different people. They're kind of occupying all four corners right here. We're hanging out, chanting at the police that are over on the rooftops. There's still, I'm gonna say maybe 150 people that are down here, kind of scattered around the block, standing on the sidewalk since we're not allowed in the park, which is still silly. Yep. It's always strange how someone comes in and drops racist shit, and they always have some like half fake profile with a stupid picture that's not even them. It's like a dog or a chair or some shit. Just goes to show that they're scared of their own behavior. And for all you people that want to come out or want to sit behind your keyboards and talk shit, you're more than welcome to shoot me a message, and then I will intellectually beat your ass on this topic or any other topic that you see fit on. If you're not up for an intellectual debate, which you probably aren't, which is why you're racist, you're more than welcome to come find me. I'm live streaming all the time. I'm currently standing at 6th and Jefferson. You can come down here and I will physically beat your ass. So it's really up to you all. Other than that, I do hope that you all be well. And, I hope you cuddle with your wife tonight, or whoever, wife or husband, and wake up in the morning with some love in your heart and realize that Black Lives Matter. Yep. So still the police blockades. Not letting people drive down into the park here. Yeah, still got the police blockade down here. Other than that, the riot police that were down here, have appeared to have left the building. There's still folks occupying the sidewalk since we're not allowed in the park. Ultimately, a quiet evening, and I really, really hope it stays quiet.
Okay, I just want to again respond to Gift. I have no gripe with anyone. I grew up with little black guys. I grew up in Tanganyika, Africa. It says it's 10 p.m. now in my area. I can go outside now and stand, and some white neighbor who does not know me or driving by will call the cops. I only worry about what they will say to the cops. Now, let me just give you a wake-up call. You're in South Africa. You don't move out of your house after dark. You could be attacked, you could be gunned down, you could have your house invaded. White people in South Africa live in prisons. Basically at night they go behind bars, they have, and I'm not joking, in the house itself, in case someone actually gets in and breaks into the house, in the bedroom they have grill doors which they lock so that those people who are breaking in can't get into their last sanctity, which is their bedroom. And I'm not talking about whites attacking whites. I'm talking about blacks who come in and do this at night. This is happening around South Africa, right across the board. White South Africans don't have that liberty to go out and walk into their garden at night. Their fear of being attacked. You've got it really good, Gifted and Black. Believe me. You need to wake up and see what's happening in South Africa.
Just that may just be walking or maybe hanging out for the first time. My name is Jason Downey, D-O-W-N-E-Y. I have been live streaming for many days about the events that have gone on down here. All of my footage is available publicly on my page. You're more than welcome to check out and use any of that old footage. I also have a mega upload link that I actually post in the morning with all the videos downloaded. Feel free to take the video, document it, share the word. There's a whole lot of peace early in some of the earlier videos. There's a whole lot of tear gas. We've captured a lot down here in the 31 days so far, and we're gonna continue to capture stuff, as this movement continues. Walk up, grab another shot of Breeze Memorial here. And I'm gonna say that if you are watching the first time and you do want to follow along, find me on Facebook, Jason Downey, D-O-W-N-E-Y. To be honest, I'm getting more friend requests than I can keep up with. So please just shoot me a follow. And you'll be able to see all of my live streams, which I do post publicly. I mean, look, y'all, please shoot me a follow instead of a friend request. I cannot keep up. I went through them this morning. Please just shoot me a follow. I want to do so much and show everybody, but I can't accept more friend requests. It's too much. No, so Breonna's memorial was not taken down. Even the park has been the park has been cleared 2 or 3 times since this began, and they have always left the memorial untouched. There is a memorial for Tyler. Let me walk over and show you all that. Appreciate you. Oh yeah, Daddy 2 phones over here. One for the plug and one for the hose. That's Kevin Gates for anybody that, never mind.
At Gifted and Black it says, can't treat a large group of people any old way for a few hundred years or so and expect them to show up with flowers.
Good night,
Let me assure you that the ANC government in South Africa is corrupt. All they look after is themselves and their mates. The general black African population in South Africa would be absolutely thrilled to go back to pre-1990. Obviously, there would be changes and things would be done, but believe me, the way the government in South Africa, the ANC government, is treating the people, and not just the white people, not just the colored people, not just but the Zulus, the Xhosas, all the different black races, is disgusting. They're in there to just make a killing financially for themselves. All you have to do is just do a bit of research. You can follow my channel, go and have a look at some videos and get an education rather than talking from a position of ignorance.
Yeah, but I'm okay.
You ever need to talk, I'm here.
Yes,
Because I was here too.
I appreciate you. Be safe tonight, all right? Yep. Yeah, I'm in the park. I'm breaking the law. They're gonna arrest me. But yeah, so Tyler was a local photographer, and he was killed in kind of a senseless act of violence. There was a homeless man who had been sort of disruptive down here for days and weeks. He was tossed from the park several times. After he got tossed last time, he returned with a gun and opened fire on the park. And it appeared that Tyler Girth was just caught in the crossfire. Rest in peace, Tyler.
See that they've completely cleared it out?
Do I? Oh yeah, yeah.
Completely over there.
Oh really? They cleared the traffic blockage even?
They even cleared out the traffic block.
Okay. So riot police are completely gone.
People that were looking over the roofs, like they've at least
stepped back. They were getting yelled at. Yeah.
They got tired of being roasted.
Hold on.
I think the interesting moment will be when I assume they come to clean up the park.
Yeah, well, luckily, the cleaning isn't done by the police. It's done by like public service works, whatever, right? Yeah. And then they come through with a street sweeper.
Okay, again, Gifted in Black, just to give you a bit of an education. He says, nothing being done to whites in Africa has not been done to blacks over the years. Some things just turn around. Let me assure you, what Dingaan and Shaka did to his own people, the people, absolutely disgusting. Back in the 1800s, 2 million blacks were killed by Dingaan and Shaka. There's a rock in KwaZulu-Natal called Shaka's Rock. And you know what they used to do at Shaka's Rock? Throw people over it to their death, rocks below. That was the way they operated. What happened when the whites came into the central part of South Africa, where the Bantu and Nguni people were not even populating? They were in the east coast, what is now KwaZulu-Natal. The whites settled an area which was vacant. There was no human habitat apart from a few Khoisan people. And now the blacks are claiming that all the land of South Africa has been stolen from them. Let me give you an education. If you go to Cape Town, I suggest you fly to Cape Town and go to talk to a Khoisan person, and they will say the worst thing that ever happened were the Bantu and Nguni people coming into our area. They have no problems with the whites. They have a huge problem with the blacks. And the Khoisan people are the original inhabitants in Southern Africa. That's a fact.
In the United States of America. And we don't give a fuck what Donald Trump got to say about it. Fuck Trump! And we don't give a fuck what Joe Biden got to say about it. Fuck Joe Biden!
So I'm gonna make it a point, since I don't have my mic tonight, to make some notes in between things. But something I missed out on. So last night there was the Black Lives Matter. I would say it's kind of a poster, but it was on cardboard, it replaced the American flag that's at the Justice Center on their main flagpole. Tonight it is bare, meaning that they took the effort of when they removed the graffiti. They also removed the Black Lives Matter poster or sign that was lifted last night. It's either that or the owner of the original sign took it down, which I doubt, but I'm not going to put that out of reason. I forgot yesterday that I found some of the munition that is like, so I don't know if for some people who have actually seen when I was on the first night we were here at the JC, that we were on the side of the building. We were at the east side of the building, and there was the first time that the protesters interrupted the flow of the police coming in and out of their building. And basically, when I was over there, I had...
Okay guys, we've been going for about an hour. And for those people who obviously do not understand what is happening in South Africa, I suggest that just go through a bunch of videos on this channel and also on the Loving Life 2020 channel. Please subscribe to both. You can find them just by putting them in the search engine in YouTube, and just see what is actually going on in South Africa. Understand why the minority groups, not just the white population, the colored population, the Indian population, are living in abject fear for their lives. And the rest of the world is looking the other way. The mainstream media are missing in action, which is not surprising because New World Order run the mainstream. Their whole objective is to bring the world into chaos, which is what you're seeing in America, which makes this whole subject very relevant. All right, guys, I'm going to turn off the live stream now. This is just a bit of a catch-up on what's happening in America. You can see it's absolute chaos again. And thank you, George Soros and the Open Society Foundation, for destroying the world as we knew it. All right, guys, take care. And don't forget, tonight at 8 p.m. Johannesburg time, I'm having a very, very interesting discussion with a fellow who has a little organization which is releasing people from the lockdown in South Africa. Chat to you then.